So, how do well-meaning parents encourage healthy confidence without tipping into overpraise that fuels narcissism? And what does the science actually say about where narcissism comes from? So, obviously, they want to get your attention. They want parents to read this and start to wonder, am I turning my kid into a narcissist? Now, I do want to say that they are very uh, casual with using narcissism or narcissistic personality disorder and narcissistic traits. Now, those are two different things. They exist in the same universe, but every single one of us has some level of narcissistic traits. It's actually a normal part of development. I'm not a child development specialist, but I do know that there are certain stages along the way where it's healthy and proper development to really consider, how does this affect me, and bring your attention inward and have some narcissistic traits. And it's really a spectrum, and everyone lands somewhere along that spectrum. This end being like full on, the most extreme narcissistic personality disorder person you've ever met, and over here being like, those people that are praised in our culture, Mother Teresa, Gandhi, etc. So we all fall somewhere along those. We all have some level of narcissistic traits, and we should, because if we didn't, we would not look to take care of ourselves, which is an important part of the whole, like that's popular now too, right? Like all the self-care stuff. So they're talking about, when you talk about narcissistic traits, you could be anywhere on this spectrum. But when you're talking about narcissistic personality disorder, true narcissist, you're over here, you're way on this end of the spectrum. So anyhow, let's dive in a little further. So they talked about a 2015 study published in the PNAS, followed 565 Dutch children aged 7 to 12, tracking how parental behavior shaped their self-views. The researchers, led by Professor Eddie Brumelem of the University of Amsterdam, tested two theories. Did narcissism emerge from parents being too cold and unloving, sort of what they call the psychoanalytic view, or from parents overvaluing their child, treating them as more special and entitled than others? They call that the social learning view. And this article says, the results were clear. Narcissism was predicted by parental overvaluation, not a lack of warmth. Now, I went to the actual study and I looked through it, and I started to get a little bit, I don't know,